Hello everyone, welcome back again to Angela's Craft Room. Today I've got this card for you that I used the Heartland Stamp Set for, and I've used the Stampin' Up layering oval framelits, and this sentiments that I've got all over my card was actually one long sentiment from the stamp set Heartlands. Just a note to let you know, I'm thinking of, no, it wasn't that one, sorry. It was actually from Truly Tailored, which isn't available anymore, but you can just use any sentiment. But the ideal, I want to show you how I did this, because I've started using sentiments from all different stamp sets to make my own original sentiments by cutting them out and doing it this way, and I really want to show you. So this says, hoping your birthday is as grand as you. So that was originally this long sentiment up here, and I've masked it and stamped it and cut it out with a punch, and I just wanted to show you that today, how I did that, so you can use all your different stamp sets to create your own original sentiments on your card. So this is the stamp set I've used today. This little boy with the geese I've used today, and I've also used the hardwood background stamp set. Okay, so that's the card that we're going to do, so we'll set it aside. So to start off with my base, I've got a piece of Early Espresso which measures 11 inches by 4 1/8 of an inch wide, and then I've scored that at 5.5. Now I'll just pop a piece of grid paper there, and then I took a piece of Whisper White which measures 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/4 of an inch, and that's basically the size I use for all the inside of my cards. And I've just stamped the tractor on this time. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some glue and we'll just pop that straight in the card. Yeah, I meant to say, on my original card, I did say we were going to use the boy, but that's on my original card. We're going to use the tractor today. Okay. From the same stamp set, Heartlands, but we're just going to use the tractor. So in my original one, I used the boy and the geese, and I stamped him inside. So this one we're going to use the tractor. Getting ahead of myself there. So then what I did was I took another piece of Whisper White for the front of my card, and it measures 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/4 of an inch. And then what I did was I stamped it using the hardwood stamp set, but I stamped it with Whisper White ink. So I think you can just see that, but I really love the effect when you're doing like a really lot of white in the background. It's a beautiful way to accentuate your card when it's just going to be white. So then what I'm going to do is I think I'll glue that straight on. So I really wanted to show you how I did that sentiment. So just make that nice and straight. But it does look nice stamped in the Whisper White. You most probably can't, you can just see it, I think. Anyway, that's what I've done there. Then I stamped the tractor on a piece of Whisper White. Actually, I stamped it on a piece of shimmery white, and using the Memento ink black, or you can use the VersaFine Onyx black, whichever you like, when you're using the Blends alcohol markers. So, and then I cut it out with the layering oval framelits. So we're just going to quickly add some colour to this image using the Blends alcohol markers from Stampin' Up. So we'll just add a bit of colour just for demonstration purposes. So they are a breeze to use, and when you're using them on these smaller images, you don't really have to blend the colours, because there is quite a lot of artwork already on the images from the stamp. So we're not really doing dark and shade and all the rest of it. So I'm just going to grab the Pool Party one, and I just want to add a little bit of colour. It's a very light Pool Party. It's the lightest one, and I'm just adding a little bit because we do have some grass there as well. You know, I can just pretend he's sitting in a puddle. And it just adds a little bit of interest around the tractor and also around the dog. It's just up to you how much you want to add, and I think that'll do. Just put a little bit more there just to even it out a little bit. And then I'm going to get the Old Olive, and just in the tufts grass I'm just using the bullet point end just to add a little bit of grass. Very easy. And I'm just really dotting it. I'm not colouring it, I'm just dotting it, and it just adds a really little bit of greenery there where the grass is supposed to be. Okay, and then we're just going to quickly do the tractor, and I think I'll do the tractor yellow because I don't really want to do it red because there's not really that much to colour, and if we did it in red I just think it would bleed outside the line, so I choose to just do it in, I've just got the light yellow. So you're just adding a bit of colour to make it interesting. And I might just do his seat just a little bit darker, just so you can see his seat there. I mean, you could go over, just don't go too close to the edges, just where there's a few darkened areas from the stamp. the artist has already put there for you, and you can just do that with your dark one. Oops. Then I've just got my smoky slate, which I'm going to do, just do the wheels with. So I'm just going on the inside of the wheels with the dark. And then I'll just blend that out with the light one. It's up to you how you use the blends, but and there's just that little bit of the tire on the other side. So I just taking the light one now, and I'm just blending from the inside of the wheel there just out. And this wheel here, it just shows about 1/4 of the wheel, so just a little bit there. Just do it lightly on these little ones because it's very easy to bleed outside the lines. Okay. So that will do just for demo purposes. And then what I'm going to do is just pop some stamping dimensionals on the back of that, what we've coloured. Just take those off. And then I will show you how I have pre-stamped and cut out the sentiment, so the video won't go on forever, but I do want to show you how I did it. So then we've got him ready to be glued onto our card, which will most probably just pop him there, but we don't glue it until we've done the actual sentiments, because we don't know where we actually want to set that. So I'm going to put a stamp case underneath my lid to give me good leverage, and I'm just going to use the Memento Black today just to show you how we did that, how I've done this. So I want to stamp up. What I want to do first is mask off. So I want just to stamp "Today is your day." I don't want all this down here. So what I'm going to do is take some of my Eclipse masking tape and just mask off the bottom. Now this is an easy sentiment to do, but as we go on you'll see how when you do long sentiments you've got to stamp quite a few of these. So just to start with, we'll just stamp that. So I just stamp onto the Eclipse masking tape, because that way when I take that off, it's just going to be the part that I've inked up and not. And I do this quite a lot. I really like this technique because I can use whatever sentiments I want to. I can create my own sentiments from a lot of different stamp sets. So as you see, when you want to restamp it, if it's not as strong an ink colour as you want, just pop that masking tape back on. I wouldn't like to try this technique with sticky notes. I don't think it would work that well. And then what I'm going to do is, I've got the word window punch. It's like that. So if you've got something similar, or if you don't have that, what you could do is just cut this out using your trimmer, and just like in rectangle shapes sort of thing. But I've got the word window, and all I do is line that up, and I've got the first part that I want. And then what I'm going to do is get my chamois, and I just want to wipe that off and make sure there's no water left on there. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to just stamp the word celebrate. So to do that, I need to cover completely the top part like so, and then I also want to cover the other two words, because I just want to stamp up that word celebrate, so you can see what's happening here. And then I'm just going to stamp on the celebrate, lift that off. Oops, forgot to put my cardstock back down. And then I'm just going to press that down, and you can see I've just stamped the word celebrate. So then if I wanted to restamp it, the good thing about Eclipse masking tape, it's completely sticky all over. It's not like sticky notes, it's sticky all over, so it's really a great product. I got mine off of eBay, so you can just, if you just type in Eclipse masking tape, the only place I've been able to get it from is America, but to me it's worth its weight in gold. So take that off, down it goes again, and then I would just take my window punch once again. Now I'll show you a bit of a trick. Instead of centering it this time, I'm going to put it right up next to the C. This is another little trick. Right, so you're going to say to me, oh, but Angela, it's off to the side. I don't like that. That's fine. What we're going to do is recut this end so it's right up near the E. So to do that, you need to pop it back in and just hold it with your fingers because it is tiny. That's if you're using a punch. And I'm just going to, and then that's cut that end off, but it's given me a lovely neat punch out of the word celebrate. Okay, so we'll just do one more, which is in style, and you can do them different colours as well. You don't have to do the you don't have to stamp all the words in one colour. You can use different colours. Okay, so then I'm just going to cover up the word celebrate and the big long line at the top. So this time I'm just going to stamp up in style. And I'll remember to put my cardstock down, take that off, like that. Then if I want to re-stamp, I'm just going to put that back on. And then press down again, and you've got that there. And then I'm just going to grab that punch again, and I'm going to go right up near the beginning of the sentiment. So it's going to be off to the side, but we're going to tidy it up, remember, by putting it back into the punch. So I'm just going to punch that off, and then just to get, and I'm sure you've got punches that you can use. You might not have this particular one, but you'd have, it's just a technique that you could use with other punches as well. So then that gives you a nice little neat, so it's not, hasn't, you could center it and you're going to have a big space either end. So it just depends what you want to do. Okay, so we've done all that. So what we'll do now is we're going to just, I'm just going to wipe that off, and we're just going to finish up our card. So I hope you'll be able to use that technique though. You'll be able to use that technique quite a lot. So I might actually use what we've stamped out. So then we're just going to see where we want to pop our sentiments. So we've got today's your day, and actually I'm not going to put it in the center, I'm just going to put it to the left. Today's your day, celebrate in style. And I just think it makes the card a little bit more interesting than rather just having your sentiment straight across. So you can see with my original card, the sentiment was quite long. So I was able to put it, half of it up here, and then finish off down here with it. So I'll just grab the glue and we'll just glue this one up. So I'm going to pop that about there. And you could just use a bit of Winker Stella on this tractor as well, which I think I will, just to glisten it up a little bit, even though I stamped it on shimmery white. Just on the ground, and that's actually helps to blend out the colours of the blend alcohol markers as well. Just pop a bit on the wheels. There we go, that looks a bit better. Then we're just going to Now you could put dimensionals on the back of these if you wanted to, rather than just gluing them down. But you can see like how much, all the different sentiments that you could actually create by using this technique. So we just don't want to drop it. On the back of Celebrate. And you could use snail if you want to, but once again I do like using the Tombow glue. It does last a lot longer than a reel of snail. And then I've got the luxury of, if I don't put it down straight, it does give me those few minutes to move it if I need to exactly how I want it. And just the last one. Oh, I nearly dropped that one. And then we'll just put this right over to the, this got a bit of glue on top. So just don't want to put glue on there. So I'm not going to fiddle too much with it because it's stuck down quite well. So I hope you'll give that a try, because it's a really great way to make your own sentiments. So that's the card for today from the Heartland Stamp Set, using the Blends Alcohol markers to colour, and just showing you how I created my sentiments. So I hope you find that interesting, and please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting!